Hey everybody, this is Sandy and welcome to my quick tips. This is tip number 1. I have a bunch of palettes that I use and they are scrap sheet palettes that I ordered online because they close, and when I'm not painting I can actually put them in my freezer right along with all my food and it doesn't hurt a thing. Okay, now I have about 10 pallets out in my garage that all need cleaning because I'm get lazy and I don't clean them. And the reason I have so many is because I usually work on more than one project at a time. Sorry, I'm pretty new at this, so trying to get this thing to work right. So I will use a different palette for each painting so that I don't have to mix my colors over and over again. They're mixed on the palette, they're ready to go whenever I want to paint. Although I do use a limited palette so that I don't have to think about what colors I used if I do need to pre-mix something. Now step 1, this has been in my garage for at least 4 years. Since I moved into this house, that's probably closer to 5 years. So this paint is rock hard. And that's another reason I like this surface, because it's flexible, which means I can scrape this off, just like that, all right, and get down to just bare bones with very little effort at all. It's a whole lot less messy than if you try and clean it when the paint is wet. I don't know if you can see that plastic is flexing as I scrape this stuff off, which actually helps to release it from the surface. All right, we're getting almost all of this off right now. Takes a minute or two. It's stuck on the side there. And I can get this like 99% clean if I want to spend the time on it. But most of the time I don't. If I can get most of the paint off and give me a workable surface, I'm happy. All right. So now that I've got the big blobs in a pile, I'm going to grab my paper towel and try and wipe as much of this up off the canvas, off the palette as I can, and throw it in the trash can, which I've got right underneath me. It is now ready for a little acetone. I only use acetone for cleaning my palettes, cleaning my brushes, and cleaning my tools. I very rarely will put it in as part of a medium, simply because the only thing it really does, yes, it thins it, but it breaks the paint down, makes it a little easier to dry faster. I don't really care if my paint dries faster because I work on so many projects. While I'm waiting for one to dry a little bit, I just go work on something else. So I've always got something to work on. Now I just take and I scrape again. You notice I only let that sit for a couple seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I don't think I have enough acetone on there yet. Need to do a little bit more. I wish they made these so that they pour easier. It's the only gripe I have with this stuff. They always spill. There we go, now it's covering everything. Stir it around a little bit, make sure it's on all the paint. And then scrape again. And it should come off pretty darn easy. Getting it down to the nitty-gritty. It only takes a few minutes to do this. I normally do, whatever dirty ones I have all at one time. So I've already got all the stuff up. Ready to go. So I try and do as much as I can. All right, now it looks like most of this is off of here. I don't care if I have little bits and pieces. That's not a big deal to me. I don't need it to look like new. But I do need to make sure the paint's not gonna come off and get onto my brushes when I start painting it again. My tool has a little paint on it. I didn't clean it very good, or if all, maybe not even at all. I'm really bad about that. I get done and I just get up and walk away. And I tend to forget. So the other thing I use the acetone in is to soak my brushes if I've gotten and left the paint on them and they're hard. So I'll let them soak in acetone for a little bit. And then, oh, there's some spots I missed. Take that out. Oh, that's got the plastic there. That's why it's not coming off very easy. Rough piece of plastic. We'll just leave that alone. Pushing all this into one area so I can pick it up a little bit easier. Now here, I pick up my trash can so I don't accidentally dump everything all over the ground. I really don't want paint on my floor. It's not what I'm looking for. If you're out in your garage or something, do whatever you want to do. I paint in my house. I live alone. There's nobody here to worry about. So I just leave everything set up. And if someone comes to visit me and they don't like it, too bad. It is, after all, where I live, not where they live. So it should be set up for my convenience, not theirs. And that's what I do. And most people are fine. They're a little surprised at first, but they get used to it. I got some loose stuff here, so I'm going to pick this up, pieces of it, and use a stiff brush and brush that into the trash can. I always have some of these cheap brushes laying around that I pick up at Home Depot or Walmart. I don't know, maybe I'll do this one more time. That's a lot sticking there, and I think they're loose enough that they'll come off in my paint, which I don't want. You don't want paint flecks in your paint. It's probably not a good idea, but the brush isn't picking them up, so let's do one more treatment. Don't need much. And let's brush it around. I'm not sure if that's plastic there or a big blob of, might be some linseed oil, because I do put linseed oil on my palettes as well. So it's handy for when I need it. I do my underpaintings thinly, so that's usually paint with linseed oil in it. Okay, that looks better. Let's take another little whack at this. Brush it all the way around. That's not bad. I can live with this now. Just need to pick up all of this. I just let it soak into the towel. Might not need the brush now. And pick it up as easily as I can. I need to make a little mini dustbin and brush for this kind of stuff. I don't know how old you guys are, but I remember my mother having a mini dustbin that she would use because we had tablecloth on our table. And she would brush everything with a little brush and brush it all into the dustbin so that she didn't have to take the tablecloth off, take it outside, and shake it. I thought that was the coolest little tool. All right. So, there we go. It's pretty darn clean. It's usable. And that's my 5-minute tip for today. Cleaning your palette. And have multiple palettes so that you can paint many canvases without having to mess with it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.